Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Queen City Picker and Friends show. And joining me is the loyal old guy number two, Todd, the silver hair stacker.
Howdy.
So you're feeling a little under the weather this morning?
I got a cold. I got a cold in my nose.
Your nose? Well, I hope you feel better.
Well, yeah, 'cause we got our big garage sale weekend this weekend.
Right. So you're not doing the show tomorrow, right? You're gonna be out. You're out.
No, tomorrow is about shopping.
Is what? You're out shopping. Good
That's what
morning.
I said. And then Saturday, I'm going to try to run my own garage sale, but I'm feeling bad.
Well, I hope you start feeling better.
I need to move some of this crap. I hope to sell out of Band-Aids Saturday.
Are you going to have a special on Band-Aids?
I am, man. Take all you want for 50 cents. Here, fill a bag.
Um, Okay, well, good because we're not because my son has that's going on the cruise with us. He is able to leave early, so we're hoping by noon we're on our way to Charleston.
Oh, well, it's a little late now, and it's already at the regional hub in Fort Worth or somewhere.
Damn, you should be sending them things out with every order,
I
Todd.
know. I should just here's a little special gift. You get 1,000 band-aids to go with
That's
your order.
right. When they open that box up, they'll go, "What the hell is with the Band-Aids?"
Wait, here's 200 earplugs to go with it.
And then they'll go, "Item is not described."
I should do that. Just throw in some little. And I sent you a little gifty gift. I got about 50 of those neoprene lunch bags. I haven't sold any of them.
Um,
Hoping to sell out of those at the garage sale too. Here, take two for $1.
it's yeah, throw everything out there.
Yeah, God, I just got stuff. Man, I need to start digging in my death pile what I want to put out in the garage sale, and I filled 2 totes so far. I just got stuff, man. I need to. I really should have gone through my inventory and just pulled a bunch of stuff that hasn't sold for 3 years.
Yeah, if you start running low, just go grab a bucket. Go turn your store off and just start grabbing buckets. Yeah, like I says, if you get some shady bandages with my order, no shit, no shot. I'm touching those. Good morning, peddling. But yeah, throw a little something in for a special.
Yep.
And this, I like your prom picture or your senior picture, whichever it was. I think it was your senior picture that you posted on Facebook. Yeah, that's the thing about it is everything you buy in a grocery store, uh, everything you buy in the store has been touched 100 times. So I think it's Wait a minute. Okay. Sorry. All of a sudden my screen went crazy. Uh, Damn, Todd. Gwen's going to trade you in for a younger model. Just looking at her latest post, and she is slender. I was looking for that picture of Nissa. I was gonna share it if share the screen if she would let me, but I don't see it. I hate it when you use it and then it disappears. I mean, you look at it, then it's gone. Anyhow, you need to take some Nyquil and go to bed tonight. Double shot.
I don't know. I took one of those loratadine.
Uh huh.
One pill a day is supposed to be all the antihistamine you're supposed to need for 24 hours. We'll see. You have a brother, Lag?
That's scary as hell.
God, hope he's not like you. Man.
Oh yeah. Because it's still the trees are blocking all the shade, and I've only got one lamp on, and my cat's under it, and uh,
Lag, you're putting videos on YouTube?
Anissa, can I share it? That's really a good picture. Ligo, do you have a YouTube channel? Well, if I can find it again. Anyway, I'm in vacation. I did sell a couple of things. I sold yesterday. I sold a set of Hallmark 2019 Mickey and Minnie. It's a Mickey ornament, Christmas ornament, and a mini Christmas ornament. And good morning, Sandy. Uh, and I sold a Olaf Christmas ornament. They were all going to the same place. That's not what I want to do. So I'm going out with a bang before I head off for the holiday. I mean, for vacation.
Out with a bang. What do y'all leave, like Saturday?
Yeah, the cruise leave. We have to be. We can get on board at 11 o'clock Saturday.
Who's that?
That's Anissa.
That's Anissa. Ah. Well, she's way prettier than I thought she was.
Yeah, she is.
Sorry, Anissa. I was kidding. I'm a teaser.
We all.
Look at the big hair, man.
Yep,
That
big hair.
looks like that looks like 1980s big hair.
She in the
There you go.
post she said that her kids said that she had the painter here. What's his name? You know,
Bob Ross
yeah,
afro.
Bob Rossi. But it don't look nothing like Bob's. Bob is a perm. Yours looks like your mama just went crazy with those soft drink size hair rollers. You know the big pink ones is about that big around. Anyway,
Yeah, you know those little cans that orange juice used to come in?
Yeah.
My cousins used to roll their hair with those leftover. They
That's
would
a good
what?
picture, though, Anissa.
Yeah.
We're going to have next when I come back. We're going to have prom picture Thursday. Everybody needs to dig out their prom or their senior picture. Everybody needs to dig it out and uh, we're going to share.
Oh boy.
Now, before you say it, Lag, no, mine was not on that old sheets of metal from the 1800s.
Mm.
God, in the 80s, I was in my 30s. Hold on a second. They hung up. A full can of Aquanet, yeah. My dad used to wear, it was a men's hairspray, and he would, because his hair was pushed back and he sprayed it with the hairspray. And I can't remember what it was, but it was made for men. It's the same. It was probably the same thing that was made for women because it smelled the same way. They just branded it for men. No, not Aquanet. Oh, you were adventuresome. You did your own. You didn't use a curling iron.
Yeah, I did my own perms and it caused my hair to all fall out.
When I was a teenager, high school teenager, um,
Yeah,
I
that's
have.
what most people are in high school
Well,
is
I
teenage.
wasn't like a junior high teenager. I was a high school teenager. I had
Mm.
a second cousin who was my dad's first cousin. She had a beauty parlor. Yeah, that's what they were called back in the day, down in Conway, South Carolina, which is where my family's from. And I had really, really thick hair. And so when they, for any of y'all that's in the has been in the industry, there's an annual competition plus like redoing hair exam. So I would go down there for about 3 days, and she would cut my hair, style it, put color on it, all that kind of crap. And she did my whole head with a hot comb, or not hot comb, hot roller, the stick roller thing, and because my hair was straight as a board, and I thought I'd never get those curls out of my hair. It looked good, but I just didn't like it. You were 24 when you graduated from high school. I know a few people like that, Lag. Good morning, American Honey.
Thank you, Nissa.
No, we didn't do any Jerry curl. Yeah, Todrick's feeling a little under the weather today. He's gonna have to when he gets off the show. If he's got his shipping, he needs to get it done, and then he needs to go lay down because he's got too much to do this weekend. He's got to go out and buy half of Dallas tomorrow, and then he's got to. Then he had to. Then he's got to do his yard sale on Saturday. No, John, I did not have. My hair's always been straight, really straight. But yeah, that is a good picture, Anissa. Have you ever done your girls' hair like that? You ought to, just for girls' night at home, or do it Sunday night so they can go to school with it on Monday like that. Oh, that's right. You got to go see your girlfriends today. You missed them last week, didn't you?
Yeah, I may swing over there for a little bit and sneeze on them.
Go by there and give them some sugar.
Pour some sugar on me.
Nessa, did you do that, or did your mom do that, or did you go to the beauty parlor and have it done? Because that looks like a lot of work. Because I still have it up on the screen over here. He,
Be careful.
wow, 2 hours. Did you meet your? Is is it Todd, your husband? Did you meet him at high school, or did you meet him down at the at Possum Holler? That was a country club in our area, the Holler. Everybody go to the Holler. Well, you know what? I'm sorry to say, you're not going to get them back. You went to grade school together? Oh, okay. Was he the one that you punched all the time because you liked him and you couldn't say, I like you, you're cute? So you just punched him, which is what grade school girls do? Chad. That's what it was. Not Todd, Chad. I'm going to have to put that in my little book. Anyway, so how many did you sell yesterday, Todd?
Hmm. I don't know, 3 or 4 things came in before like 11, so I had time to go ahead and pack those up yesterday. But I got 4 more going out today.
Okay.
So this is pretty cool. That Grateful Dead brand new sealed 12 disc set. I had it listed for 200, but I took an offer of 140 this morning.
And how much did you say you paid for it?
I paid up. I paid like $35.
Oh, well, you still made 100 off of it.
Yeah. Well,
Not
after
maybe,
after fees, maybe 120.
yeah,
No, more like, I don't know,
maybe 90, actually.
90. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's a big profit.
Like, Todd did not catch COVID or flus or anything else from me because I have not ever been around him. You can hear Todd for a change. Well, if you can't hear anybody, Texas, you need to speak up and say, hey, I can't hear you.
He says that a lot.
Well, that's good, Anissa. $40 on Facebook Marketplace. That's money. Cash money. Okay. Shh. You need to, can you tell us what you sold? I got a pile of stuff I'm going to put on Marketplace. I just haven't done it. Good morning, Julie. When I get back, that's going to be it.
Yeah, I got so much stuff I need to blow out at the garage sale. But I'm only going to do what I feel like doing, so.
Yeah. If you don't feel like it this time, then yeah, you, Anissa. Oh, okay. Were they your kids' puzzles?
I'm louder than Tom. That's weird. It's usually the other way around.
How about now? Can you hear me
Target
now?
Target Plus has a marketplace. Never heard of it.
You have to listen to. You have to take what like says with a grain of salt. It's not necessarily the truth.
A lot louder than Tom. I'm better looking than Tom too. I'm cute. I'm real cute.
That's it. Y'all just be that way.
Uh, I don't have the energy to look it up there, lag.
If I go to the damn naughty site, like you and I will hunt you down. Target Plus. We're teaming up with amazing brands like yours to bring our guests exciting new products.
Good looking men. Well, you haven't been around many good looking men there peddling profit. Uh, if you think Tom and I are good looking,
We are good looking for old men. Lag, seriously, dude, have you listed anything or have you? I've just briefly looked at the web page, front page, opening page, home page, whatever you want to call it. You
99-cent store. Never heard of it.
we didn't have any of those. Have you tried selling anything on it, Lag? Seriously, dude, be serious once in your 17 years.
Pedlin says she has been around good looking men. Okay.
Yeah. Well, why don't you sign up for it? Try it out. Get your voice changer. Turn your camera off, and then come in the show and talk about it when I get back. Or you can do it on Todd's show while I'm gone.
Yeah, we're going to need a lot of audience participation starting Monday because you'll be gone.
Yeah, I leave tomorrow and come back. I'm leaving tomorrow about noon, and I get back about 1ish on Sunday. The ship comes back in on. If everything goes good, we should be off the ship by 8 o'clock, and we should be home at least by 1. Because it's a 3.5 hour drive, depending on the traffic.
So you're going for like almost exactly a week.
Yeah, it's 8 days, or and 8 days starts Saturday, and
8 days a week. I love you.
do
8 days
that,
a
Anissa.
week is not enough to show I care. Ooh. Ain't got nothing but love, babe. You're always on my mind. Anyway,
Yeah, I know Tom was a backup singer for one of the big '70s groups.
hmm
He'd stand up there, and this you come on there with him next week. He'll be happy. Watch all the chicks. Watch all the chicks come on this show while I'm gone. Everybody be on there with him.
Oh, and this am I setting your dogs off with my singing?
Good morning, Mr. Sadie. Hope everything's going good out there in the great
Sadie
state of Missouri.
Sadie was a witness to me losing $33 at poker yesterday evening. Man, I just It's so stupid, poker. You can play good and still just get beat. I mean, I played good. It's just people got lucky on me.
Well, if y'all get bored, look at dancing drums on the internet on YouTube on the YouTubes. That's the game.
Dancing drums.
Yeah, that's the game we play on the ship. That's our slot machine.
Oh,
I'm not smart enough to play keep up with poker. Texas Hold'em I might could do because that's just kind of like the luck of the draw.
I need to do some filming at my
Yard sale.
yard sale. That
Yeah, do
should be
that.
some interesting clips.
That's Anessa's dogs, not her children, that stand at the window and bark at everything. Well, like yeah, you can get you a virtual hookup and mute your. I mean, scramble your voice, and you'll be all set. If you really wanted to push it, you could go online and figure out how to make one of those little anime characters that talk and move, and use that as your image.
Sarcastic Storage Stacker does that all the time in his videos.
What's that? Use the
He uses an AI girl to talk about what he's doing. I'm like, it's a little tooky to me. I don't.
well, the little girl. That's kind of the anime girl. Yeah, that's kind of off. But
Actually, I had a comment from a video viewer yesterday. He said, "This guy's been doing YouTube videos for 11 years. How come he doesn't have more? Let's get out there and give him some likes and views and stuff." I was like, well, thanks. But just because you've been doing YouTube for 11 years doesn't. But I don't do. I don't. I'm not consistent. I'm not like, okay, we're going to put out a video every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11. You know, I don't do that. And I don't do all the fancy schmancy editing with all the little pop-up windows. You know, you make a comment and then a pop-up window will say something funny. I'll never hear from that guy again. No, probably not. But anyway, I thanked him and said thanks for watching and stuff. But
you know, we don't. Our content is kind of limited. I mean, people. I mean, we have a lot of off-topic subjects, but most people are not into reselling, and they see it's a reselling channel, and they move on.
yep,
Because I have a lot of subscribers I've never seen in the chat, probably since the day I got them, and it's a case of a lot of people's channels grew real big when they were doing the FBA thing, and everybody was on the FBA because everybody, that's the way to go if you're going to do Amazon. So,
yeah, a lot of people have built up their subs on their channels by doing shorts.
yeah.
I haven't done a single short.
Well, you know how to do them, right?
I've never even looked at it to see.
Okay, if you shoot something with your camera, shoot it vertically, up and down. Keep it less than 60 seconds. And when you upload it, it will automatic. If you have it in vertical format and you have it's less than 60 seconds, then
If I wear shorts, it'll help too.
it will automatically put it into the shorts category.
Get me an officer dangle costume.
I think Harlan has the Officer Dangle costume claimed.
Yeah, he's got that copyrighted, doesn't he?
Yeah. But anyway, that's how you do it. And if it's 10 seconds long, if you see something that you think's interesting, and it's 10 seconds long, slap it up there anyway. Because if that's the thing about the shorts is that they're trying to compete with TikTok and Reels, and
Every time I mute, I'm blowing my nose, just so you know.
okay, TikTok is a life suck. And my TikTok is all over the place when I watch it.
Yeah, I don't do the little TikToks.
Well, I only do it when I'm like riding in the car and Roberta is driving, not me.
Mm.
So I don't watch TikToks while I'm driving down the road. Uh, and I try not to watch TikTok, period.
I watch some YouTube shorts every once in a while,
Yeah.
especially the breasty girls one.
The Prissy girl.
Yeah, the big booby girl ones.
Yeah. I I have about 40 in my Facebook friend request right now that I need to go through and delete. Uh, that they're all like double E's. If they've got any necklaces on, you can't see them because they fell into the cavern.
Yeah,
Well, you know what, Mr. Sadie? Gaming channels is where it's at, but that takes a lot of damn time. One of my farm simulator buddies has a gaming channel, and he's got like 70,000 subscribers, and his videos will have like 190,000 views on them. But that once again is a topic for subscribers. People like that kind of videos, and that's the way it is with YouTube. People like certain type of videos. If the girls on this channel got together and did a group show, a live show, and all of them was wearing push-up bras and halter tops, they would have a bazillion subscribers. They would all be rich. If Todd and
right.
I did it, the law would be called on us.
Yeah, I need to do poker video. How to lose poker. I could come up with like 150 videos of how to lose at poker.
Just do poker. I mean, just seriously, just record your poker playing.
I don't even know how do you how do you capture your poker playing on video? I don't even know.
Well, I have a program. Let me find it. It's called FBX.
There you go, Phil. How to make $1 million in poker. Start with 2 million.
It's called FBX screen, and you load it up, and then once you, well, I don't know whether that would do it or not because you're not playing the game. You have to find a screen capture software that records. Now, I record from my gameplay. I record with Eevee Mux. Um, yeah, times 10 most crazy cat moments. I might do that. Uh, but anyway, most of them you call up the program and then you click a button or a key combination and it starts recording whatever's on your screen. So if you
Yeah.
want to record your card playing, then you just start the program and then start your 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 poker playing, and it would record it. It's not too difficult.
Yeah, but God,
Who
there
would
would
watch it?
there
There's
would
people
be
who watch that kind of crap.
there would be so much editing you have to do because fully at least you're only going to be involved in maybe 1 out of 5 poker hands. So the other the other 4 that you just folded or whatever, uh, you just got to edit all those out. Man, can you imagine the time it would take to edit a poker video? Sheesh.
Well, you get your laptop, you lay in bed, and you edit between dozing off. But like I said, about the dancing drums slot machine. There's hundreds of them on there, all kinds of, because everybody has their favorite slot machine. There's hundreds of them of different slot machines of people that's got their cameras, which I don't know how they do that because I thought it was against the rules to record in a casino. But their cameras just sit at the screen of the slot machine, and they'll play slots for 30 minutes, and they have thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views, some of them.
I don't think I've watched a single episode of Young Sheldon.
I haven't watched Young Sheldon either. I'd have beat his ass. I mean, I have watched a couple episodes and I'd have just beat his ass already. My Parkour Cats channel. I thought about taking up parkour myself. That was a joke. Because I'm not going to run and jump on rails and climb the sides of buildings and hop across cars and all that kind of crap. My sweet pussycat's laying right here on my corner of my desk sleeping. Roberta got up and had to go to the office. She had to go to the office this morning. She got up and she shook me before I went to bed. I mean, she left. She said, "I'm going," and I'm like, "Oh my God, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Feel you get up." And because I took a sinus pill earlier in the evening, then I took a gabapentin before I went to bed, and the gabapentin just knocks me out. Your dog sitting today? Yeah, I knew you would lag. Probably a lot of people would. Uh, what was his name? What was the I can never remember his name. He's the fat guy on Saturday Night Live, and he used to do the episode of this about I live in a I live something Forley. I live in a van down by the river. He was in a movie, American Ninja or something like that, Hollywood Ninja, and he was a hoot when he was trying to do the ninja stuff. So that would be me, Chris Farley. That's it. Thank you, Harlan. Harlan's young and hip. He knows all those people. But he any of the movies he was in, and he would have to do like ninja stuff or any of that kind of stuff. He was always a hoot in. Yeah, hoot means funny for you young ones. So anybody else do anything exciting over the weekend? Got yard sales? Harlan's going to be shopping out of the. He's going to be yard selling all weekend. Yeah, when he was trying to out for the Chippendales with Patrick Swayze. Oh Lord, that was when it was that funny. That was when it was funny. It's not too funny now. I go on to YouTube to find the funny parts because they the Jeopardy ones with the actor that plays like pretends he's Sean Connery. That's funny as hell. And then there's a girl who is she does all kind of characters, but she does this one where she was one of three people that was like beamed aboard a UFO and her experiences with the UFO. It's funny as hell. At least it is to me, and I have a weird sense of humor. Yeah. Mister, do you live out that far out in the sticks? Dang,
Yeah,
he was the same age as me. No,
yard
he's
sales.
older than me. He's younger than Todd. Have you
Yeah,
sat
we
down and
got.
marked off the ones that you want to go to, or are you going to try and go to all of them?
Uh, I'm probably gonna hit all the ones in town for sure. And there's two at churches. Churches always have really good yard sales.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hit the church ones for sure. Because churches, they'll put like 100 people bring in stuff for the church to sell. And people selling for the church, they don't know what stuff is worth.
I like when like the youth group is having a big yard sale to um, raise money for a trip, an event, whatever. I like those because those kids don't give a crap. Just give them some money and take it away. And
Hmm.
several times because I am a nice guy despite what Todd and Anissa says. I've found stuff and they want $5 for it, and I'm like, here's a 20. That's more in line what you should be getting for it.
Yeah, you
Cause
walk in there and see a PlayStation 1. And how much is that game? Uh, $4? You go, okay, I'll take it off your hands. How much for this Fenton glass? Oh, how about 50 cents a piece on the glass things? Okay. How much for these Nike Air Jordan shoes? Oh, I think we got $2 on all the shoes. How much for these cowboy boots? These that one's got a funny name. Tony Llama. Oh, how about $3? Okay, I'll take them off your hands.
God, that's a lot.
How much for this Dooney and Burke purse? Is that what it is? How about $2? Okay. Love it. How much for this Stetson hat? Oh, those are not. Those are swanky. Those are expensive new. How about $5? Okay.
I went, Nissa, I went to a Boy Scout sale, yard sale, and there was nothing cheap about them boys at all. They must have gone online and priced everything they had out on the tables, because they were like within $5 of eBay's prices.
How much
And
is how much is the jewelry? These pieces must not be worth much because they're only 14K. Oh, how about $1 a piece? Okay. I'll donate. I'll donate.
but I found out that one of the boys actually sells on Amazon, so he was leading the yard sale. And then he had a table full of junk. I mean, not junk. It was not resellable stuff, but kids' toys and things like that were
This
cheap.
this antique gold watch isn't working. How much is it? $2. Okay.
They look at the fact that it's not working and not the fact that it's 14 karat gold or 10 karat gold or any of
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. One of the boys at the Boy Scout sale, he had a loop because there was a bunch of jewelry out, and you would start picked it up to look at it. He'd say, "It's 14 karat gold. Here's the loop," and they were wanting market prices, and they were getting them.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the churches need to let the young people run the auction. I mean the yard sale. Sorry, I don't.
Yep.
You remember I was talking about a pair of boots I got out of a yard sale. I mean, out of a storage locker that had like hoof heels on them. Do you remember those? The woman that bought those emailed me the other day and asked me if I got any more of them. And I said, no, I'm sorry not. She says, well, if you do, save my email address and send me a picture as soon as you get it.
Hoof heels.
Yeah, it was like, okay, the heel did not go all the way, or the sole did not go all the way to the heel of your foot. It came to about the ball of your foot and then went up. So your actual heel of your foot would be about 3 inches above the floor. If that makes any sense or not, look it up. You can look online at that. See if I can find. I don't think I have that picture anymore. I deleted all that crap. Uh, no, 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 no. Oh, here's something similar to it. Not those. These. Okay. Let me come over here to here. Let me share a screen. Uh, Here they are. See how the heel is?
No.
Oh, sorry. Add the scene. See how the
What?
heel is?
What the hell?
Now the pair I had,
I thought you weren't supposed to sell sex toys.
the pair I had was black and it had gray and red, like urban designs, graffiti kind of designs on it. Can any of you folks walk in at Lag? I know, yeah, Lag. I knew Lag could wear them. Uh, would any of you folks even try wearing something like that? Roberta would have to end up shooting me and putting me down because I broke my leg. Anyway, those are women's shoes. But yeah, the stuff women wear. Yeah, y'all are such trash. Yeah, you like the lock? Yeah, those are going. You're right, Mr. Sadie. Those are going to town boots and making some money. Yeah, it's a fashion thing. Anyway, she called and wanted to know if I had some any more, if I'd gotten any more. I said no, but I'll put you in my little Rolodex. So if I do, I'll let you know. And she said, a what? That's what her message, her reply to me was. In a what? That is a weapon. I'm gonna tell you what. Some of these damn pumps that women wear should be considered a deadly weapon. Those with the 9-inch pointy heels. But that's uh, that's one of the few non-bicycle computer parts requests I have for some. If you get any more of those, let me know. Cause I sold a bunch. I had a box of RAM from 486DX 66s, and that way early model P1, that type of RAM, and I sold it to a guy who was going to break them apart and smelt the gold off of them. And I get emails from him every once in a while saying, "Have you got any more memory bytes, memory chips?"
Boom, boom, boom.
And that's got to take a. I've watched some videos about them, breaking apart memory chips and motherboards and smelting it down to get the gold off of it. That's a lot of freaking work. Well, even after it's not smelting it down, the boards down. You have to put it in a hydrochloric acid bath or something like that to melt all the plastic. So all you left is with the hard metals or gold and that type of stuff. And then you have to smelt it in a smelter. But that's a you got to have a lot of dadgum cards to get a little bit of gold from watching these videos. Surprised Todd didn't have a smelter.
There's just so many things you can do in your life.
Yeah, Mr. Sadie, it does make a woman 5 foot go to 7 foot. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I like watching stuff like that. I like watching how people do different kinds of things like that, and I get obsessed. So all of my suggestions in YouTube will be about a certain subject that I've been watching. That's right, American Honey. Only so much time, and you young people have more time than me. It's about 9 o'clock. I'm ready to go to bed. Unless I'm gaming, I'm ready to go to bed.
Ugh, ugh.
And one of my gaming partners is in. One of them's in Sydney, Australia. Another one is in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I have a couple of them that play with us that's in California. So they're like early, and I'm late.
Yeah, I'm hoping to blow through some of this death pile.
that's your children's inheritance. It's not a death pile. Boys, this all of this is yours when I'm gone. And if you give it away, I'm going to come back and haunt you.
Shoot. I still got, I bet I've got 15 boxes of stuff my mom dumped on me about a year before she passed. And then when she passed, I got another 15 boxes of stuff. And I'm like, God almighty, where am I going to put this? That stuff's behind the death pile. I can't even get to it.
Do y'all have like antique malls or anything like that, Todd? I know that's one more thing to have to keep up with, but I was just wondering if some of the stuff that you have would not be
Um,
for sa-
they actually just closed our downtown antique mall.
Yeah, a lot of them here closed up during the pandemic and just never opened back up.
Well, this one closed because the owner was the owner is 85 years old, and she just said, that's enough. And nobody wanted to. She said, I can still rent the building, but nobody wanted to take over the owner. I mean, the duties of the business side of the
Of
antique
running.
mall. So it's everybody just put their stuff on clearance, and it's just a big old empty building downtown now. That building's interesting. It's about 130 years old, so it's got a lot of character to it.
One of the ones here, they during the pandemic, they went in and created a store. I forgot what software or what website they used. They created a store and they just went through their outlet mall and people that wanted to do it with them, they went through and photographed all the different booths and listed it on there. And if somebody bought something, then they went and pulled it and shipped it. And the dealer had to pay a higher fee because of all the extra stuff they were doing. But they apparently stayed busy the whole time the pandemic was going shipping. So I mean, shipping stuff. And I guess you have to kind of be creative to keep things going. Yeah, that's what worries me, Lag. I know you being funny. He's gonna have to call his sons up to the house for the weekend and say, "Okay, this is what this kind of stuff is running right now." But Gwen's going to help him spend all that inheritance before he even kicks off.
Yeah, that's right.
She's looking at a she's looking at a 90-day cruise next year. She's going around the world.
Man, that would be fun, but I don't know. I'm kind of a homeboy. I like being in other places, but I sure don't like traveling to other places.
See, that's what I like about cruising. Once you get on the ship, you can make 100 stops, but you don't have to mess with any luggage or any of that kind of stuff. You just get off the ship and do your sightseeing if you choose to do so. And that's one of the things that they're having issues with now is that people are not getting off the cruise ships, especially the older folks that have been to Nassau 50 times and have reached a point in their life that they're not laying out on the beach, which me personally, I have never been one to lay out. Yeah, wherever you are, wherever you go, there you are. Well, I have a John. I have a book for Roberta to go through and cancel accounts and all that kind of stuff. Um, but as far as the actual inventory, I don't know what they're going to do with it. I would like for them to. Well, I'll be honest with you. Local resellers I know, I have their contact information, and I said, and I've got a note that says, if you don't want to mess with this, if you don't want to mess with this, then start calling these people. And Valerie's at the top of the list. Since I'm 25 years older than she is. Well, you're right, Nessa. You'll be dead. It won't matter. But you'd like for your kids to have. But you got 5 kids, so once they divide everything, there ain't gonna be nothing left anyway. Uh, or do you have 6 kids? Anyway, you got a bunch. Yeah, I'm trying to, and that's just not that. That's just in everything in general. Um, having a plan. Texas, you have 9 kids. Dude, you should have got a hobby, another hobby. Well, maybe your older kids will have. Um, uh, maybe they'll share with your younger kids. Well, Anissa, I'm sorry, I haven't either. Nothing of importance. Mostly, it's been sentimental stuff. Then you haven't done a good job of teaching your children to share, Anissa. Your oldest son rules with an iron fist, so he's got all his siblings under control. A friend of mine's got he's got 4 sons that are in their 30s now, and he's got a teenage daughter. Daughter's from a second wife. Uh, he says that little girl runs them boys and their wives like she owns them. because those boys spoiled her rotten when she was a baby. Well, you know what, Mr. Sadie, that that is something that's I told my mom and dad that you know do whatever their attorney says they have to do to make everything legal, but leave the bulk of what they are anticipating leaving to me, leave it to divide it equally amongst my three children. So it skips the taxes because I am old and being serious. At my age, you don't know when there's not gonna be a tomorrow, and so if you get an inheritance and it's enough that you have to pay inheritance taxes, and then you kick off, they're gonna have to deal with it too. So I told her I said, and I don't know whether they did it or not, but I told them to go ahead and the bulk of it leave to just move it directly to my three kids. Yeah, like I know you'll watch over my estate. My wife will beat the hell out of you and run you out of the state of North Carolina. You get in her business. That's very true, American honey. That's true. Yeah, yeah. A friend of mine's grandmother went into a nursing home and they tried to take all her assets, and he ended up going to a different home with her, and because her assets generated more than the $6,000 a month it cost for her to be in that nursing home. So he just wrote him a year's worth of, he wrote, no, 6 months worth of money at the beginning, and then 6 months later he paid 6 more months. So you got to be careful about that. And then there's a lot of people that don't have squat, and the government ends up paying it, or actually y'all end up paying it. Sorry, my bride was chatting to me.
Hmm.
Amen, brother. Amen. I'm supposed to go first, not Roberta. If my mom had went before my dad, I don't know what we'd have done with my dad because he relied on her so much. And they had been married for 60 years, 60 some years. God, if I'm married to, I'll be 100 years old when Roberta and I've been married 60 years.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I can't count that high. How old I'll be? Ba, ba, ba.
Well, all this inheritance tax and stuff like that, I think that's a scam on the government's part because you've been paying all that taxes on that all the time, especially real estate. and especially people like some of you, some of you Texans that's been paying, your family's been paying taxes on a piece of property for 100 years. No lag. 66. I'll be 67 in December. Not 100. Todd's closer to that than me. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I got a year on you, Tom.
yeah. It's 10:10. This conversation's way off course, but
It always
hopefully,
does.
yeah. But the thing about the death piles and all that kind of stuff, it is something especially when you're as old as some of us are. I mean, Scott and Harlan and Anessa and Julie. Y'all are still young, so y'all have plenty of years. Y'all have plenty of years to build up your death pile, your inheritance for your children. So I've got to get out of here. I got to get ready, finish getting things ready to go on vacation. I will see y'all in about 10 days. Todd,
Yeah, I'll see y'all Monday because I'm going to be out shopping in the morning.
so there will not be a show tomorrow.
If I
If
feel like it. God, I feel like stomp shit right now.
well, get your shipping done, and since you got so much to do, go lay on the couch and watch some YouTube or something, and take some meds and try to get over it.
No, I got to get the garage sale ready because I'll be shopping tomorrow. I won't be able to do it tomorrow.
Well, if you're not able to have the garage sale because you're sick, you won't do any good. So
Well, that's true.
try to get some rest in there and take some meds, and
Eh,
double shot of whiskey and a spoonful of honey will help.
back
And
rub. Back rub never cured a cold lag. Gotta hope it's not COVID again. Damn, that was hard.
um,
I should
get you.
probably take a test.
What is the stuff Vicks Vapor Rub? When some nights before I put on my CPAP machine, I'll put a dab of Vicks Vapor Rub up under each nostril. And the other day, I don't know why I keep calling it Noxzema. I don't even know if most of you know any people know what Noxzema was. It was a face cream. But anyway, Roberta, I'll say, "Where's the Noxzema?" And she says, "You mean the Vicks Vapor Rub?" Yeah, that too. So Todd, take care of yourself. I will see you, folks, in 10 days. Y'all have a great weekend. Stay out of trouble. Try to stay healthy, and we'll see you later. Thanks,
No,
Todd.
Noxzema smells like grandma.
Yeah, exactly. All right, bye.